In the last session we have discussed about the neural networks, and then I am continuing with that neural networks. So in the neural networks, it consists of a many number of simple elements that is called neurons, which is connected between them in systems, and then the whole system is capable of solving the complex task, and then to learn to solve the complex task by itself, like a natural brain. So all the decisions will be taken by its own, and then it think of and then it solves the problem by itself, and then the user of a neural network is like a black box with the input vector. So the input vector is the source data which you are giving for the neural networks, and then the result which you are obtaining is the output vector. So and then the examples of the neural networks which we are going to take are to recognize the image, that is recognition of images through speech, visual and so on, so that we can identify the person through this format. So through the speech or through the visual, we can able to identify the person. And then the prediction of situations, by the input vectors, what we can give is the cost of action and the currency. So through these parameters we can able to identify the situation, and then we can able to predict it. Classification and clusterization of images also done through these neural networks. For example is for in the diagnostic systems, we can able to use this neural network concepts for the classification and then the clustering. And then now we are going to see about the biological neural network and then the artificial neural network. In a biological neural network, it consists of units and connections. It consists of units and connections and weights, inputs and outputs as a numeric. So here they just we have to make it as clear, I just made a tabular column with the biological network and artificial neural network. So if biological neural network, we will be calling it as soma, and then here it is unit, here axon and dendroid, and then here we will be terming it as connection, here synapses, and then here weight, and then here it is potential, and then here it is a weighted sum, and here we will be terming that as a threshold, here bias weight, and then here it is signal, and then in ANN we will be terming that as an activation. So coming to the part of the artificial neural networks, so what is the overall idea which we can say about the artificial neural networks is, these are all the programs designed to solve any problems by trying to mimic the structure and the function of our nervous system. So it will be trying to solve the problems by itself. So it mimics the structure of our nervous system, and then the neural networks are based on simulated neurons which are joined together in variety of ways to form the neural networks. So the connections will be interconnected, and then those connected neurons will be formed to set as neural networks. The neural networks resembles the human brain in two ways. One is that knowledge through learning, and then the another is the knowledge is stored within the interconnection strength. So this is about the neural networks, and then here it shows the connection about the neural networks, how the structure will be resembles, and then here told that this part is of the input vector, and then this is about the neural network functionalities, and then here the input vectors which are coming from the neural networks will be summing up, and then finally after summing up, here we will be having some functionalities like z inverse and z inverse, and then from that again you will be getting some output. So all through that it will be summing up through the functionalities, and then finally you will be getting the expected output. So this structure is said to be that that is artificial neural networks, the parameter identification in parallel series. So likewise we have for a series parallel connection. So in series parallel connection, the only difference is that here it is in the artificial neural networks of serial connection, directly the connection will be termed with connecting this part with directly with the Z inverse. And then now I need to explain, I will be explaining about the artificial neural network, how it is functioning. So here in the input which you are giving to the network will be reaching the neural networks, including the connections called weight, and then between the neurons these input vectors will be passed, and then actually we will be getting the output in the artificial neural network. So that will be sent to the comparator. So that will be sent to the comparator. So in the comparator part, that is in the comparator part, it will be comparing the output with the desired output, desired output. So if it is matching, then it has reached the threshold output, and then we will be getting the desired output vector. So if it is not matching, then again it forwards that output to the neural network. Again some modification will be done, and then again it will be sent to the comparator to check with the actual output. So this is what happens in the artificial neural network. So here they just made it with diagrammatic as the feed forward controller and then feedback controller. So feedback controller is that it will be checking with the actual output, it is matching or not. If it is not matching, again it passes to the artificial neural network. So again it will be checking the process. So again the process will be repeating on until the comparator validates the output to be as correct with the desired output. So this is what happened. So if any errors is occur also, so through the learning mechanism it identifies and then it tries to correct. So this is what happens in the neural network. Thank you.